My research paper was it was an investigation of how the US may have shaped human rights abuses during the Chilean dictatorship, which was from 1973 to 1990, particularly looking at how training may have affected the abuses that the Chilean security personnel conducted during that time. What I aimed to do with this project was to bring accountability to the US and also some form of transparency and an urgency to bring more transparency as well. As for the research process, it was a little difficult since it was primarily using CIA declassified documents, so I didn't really know where to look. So I headed to the library and I talked to actually a librarian, Mr. William Cuthbertson. He showed me a few different sources, and there was actually a few nonprofit organizations from Chile and the United States who hold documents like that too. And we also looked at like JSTOR, different databases. I found a really interesting database, which was US declassified documents online through the library. I think that one was the best one for my project. I kind of did geek out on it. It was really interesting to look at those documents. I think it's important to have these kinds of records to, again, bring accountability and to make sure that things like this don't happen again. What I ended up concluding was that there were several different mechanisms that the US utilized to exacerbate human rights violations. And then another finding was that the US was promoting different tools that were human rights abuses according to the UDHR, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And then I started noticing that there was some sort of correlation between the strategies that the US was advising and what Chilean security personnel were then doing in Chile during that terrible period of history. I'm searching for roles that involve declassified research, and particularly working with like nonprofits or organizations that bring accountability to US crimes and the kinds of training that is still going on today, except now under a new facility name, which is WINSEC. So I'm looking into that kind of role maybe in my future. I'll definitely still be continuing with this research even while I'm working. I think it's more of like a passion project for me now, and this Lane Prize definitely like reasserted that for me.